Welcome back to another episode of Out of Bounds. This is episode 25. Today, we are going to be talking about TikTok. Let's roll that music. Let's go. I'm having a day. Welcome back. Today, I've been having some technical difficulties today. Okay, I finally got all of this to work. I had to go back to GarageBand. Remember last week how I said, I had to do Audition because GarageBand working with it. GarageBand's working now. Audition wasn't working. This wire that is pretty new decides not to work. So anytime I try and plug it in to listen to anything, everything is muffled and so I gotta get a new one of these. Okay? For whatever, I don't know what was happening. Everything is finally, we're good. We're good now. Collective deep breath. Welcome back. My name's Danell Leyva. I'm your host. This is Out of Bounds, episode 25. Today we're talking about TikTok. Why? Why, you ask? I'll tell you why. TikTok is incredible. I love it. Here's the thing. This episode specifically is for two people. One, my friend who's sitting right over there. Two, my producer, Sarah. Okay? Both of them loathe entirely. They hate it. They hate TikTok with a burning passion. Anytime I try and did you see that TikTok? They go, both of them. Okay? They turn into tiny vampires. All right? Now, the reason why I decided to, come up with this, I guess, topic, which actually, by the way, I didn't come up with the topic. My producer, Sarah, did. We were bouncing ideas off of each other, and she was just literally naming random things. And then I was able to and I was like, TikTok, that's the one. So as I was doing that, I said, TikTok, that one. And then I was going off, right? And I was telling her all of the things. Oh, yeah, this and this and this. And she was like, whoa. This is your challenge for this week. And this is a challenge. She said, you know that I hate TikTok. Your challenge is to convince me that TikTok is worth it. So with your help, let's do it, right? Let's convince them. Let's talk a little bit about it. Now, why is TikTok so fun? For me, the main reason is that it's so reminiscent to Vine. I know it's a mix of Vine and Musical.ly. I never had a Musical.ly. Literally, I never did it, never watched it. I know that it's it was a lip syncing thing, I guess. I don't know. People, was there dancing? I have no idea. I don't know. I've never been on it. Now, Vine, though, was such an incredibly beautiful and chaotic app. People were doing some crazy shit on Vine, and it was so fun. Honestly, one of my favorite things to do is to go on YouTube and watch old Vine compilations because they're so good and they're just so random. And every so often, you come across a TikTok now and again that is very reminiscent to Vine, and it just makes me so happy. The thing about TikTok that is immensely different is that Vine was kind of just a fuck around app, right? People were just going there trying to have a goof. But TikTok is insanely educational. And I also love how many different kind of subcategories there are within TikTok. And then based on the algorithm and how much you like certain things or rewatch certain things or how much some people comment, it gives you an entire new section and you discover a new section. And I wanted to talk about those because they're so fun. The first one I want to talk about, this is probably one of the more popular ones. It's the DIY ones where they're so educational. They show you how to do everything. Remember in the last episode when I was talking about the gardening and stuff? Well, the people on TikTok actually do really good, really proper gardening, and you see them, and that's why we all thought for a second we're well, we could do this. This guy's doing it out of an old shoebox that he found from 1978, and he made a tree grow out of it. And we're like, I got it. We don't got it. But I digress. The home improvement side also, you see some people that are just like, oh, my husband, after he came back from work, look what he built me. And it's like an entire house, like in their backyard. It's like a whole new, smaller version of their of their house. They're just like, he did this on his off time. Did he? Are you by himself? Did you help? And then there's like a video of them like, and they're like two little hammer bumps on the nail. Whatever. They're so fun. You can't make me laugh. You can't be in the room. You're gonna make me They're so fun though. You gotta watch them. Some of them, oh my god, and then some of them like really like tug at your heartstrings. You know what I mean? Like some of them where, this old man, found him in the diner eating alone, and I decided to walk up to him and say hi. And now he's my best friend. He's been my best friend for 3 years, and then he dies. Like for some reason, I spit. For some reason, at the end, the old dude dies. Like, why, man? Why even make this? Just like let us live in the fantasy that the old man is still alive and happy, and he's your best friend. Maybe he doesn't die. Maybe they just use that for clout. That sounds more the speed of a lot of people on the internet, right? Because so many. That's the other thing. You can become so insanely viral on TikTok, like from one day to the next, and then you'll never do it ever again, or you will continue to maintain it. You never know. Like one of my videos hit. It was like over like 50,000 views, and I was like, whoa, that's cool. The next one had like 40. And I was like, but I did a similar thing. TikTok was like, yeah, we don't care. And then you get like shadow banned, which is like another thing that you have to learn about. It's just, it is a wild ride. It is an absolute wild ride. And it's so fun trying to figure out rather, how do you break the kind of, how do you break out of just being like a regular person that's on TikTok to making millions of views on your stuff and like literally getting paid? Like people get paid for all their stuff. My other friend, Monica, funny enough, there's one right here, but I have another one that's not here at all. I think she sometimes makes money off of it. Like literally up like likes and comments and shares. Grant, it's not a lot. It's like a couple cents, $1 or $2. I don't even know how it works. But dude, you're literally just like filming yourself and you're like making money. That's basically what I'm trying to do with this though, isn't it? It is. Whoops. Good on you, I guess. Anyways, subcategories of TikTok. God, you see how my brain works, dude? Maybe I should get that checked. Okay. There's this one, there's the obvious one, the most obvious one, the dance TikTok, the one that Monica, who's sitting right there, absolutely hates it because she is such an uppity dancer. She's like, that's not dancing. And I've tried to be like, no, but look at these other people. She's like, nope, I don't care. That's competition dancing. That's just straight up and down. I don't like that at all. And I'm just like, no, but you got it. And she's like, Sometimes she's like, okay, that was fine. But everyone else, I'm just like, I get it. But like, you know what I mean? Give it a shot. I just want to see her dance. That's my true reasoning behind why I'm trying to like convince her to do it. Because like she's actually a really good dancer. And she would like murder all of those TikTok dance trends and challenges. But she was a trained ballet dancer, classically trained. This bitch can still do point like it's nobody's business. She hasn't done that shit in like 10 years at least. And she's still just on her toes like dee. Like, God, I was going to say something so stupid. I was going to say it like a ballerina. Fucking duh, bro. I'm real dumb sometimes. You know what I mean? Just like real dumb. Back to TikTok. So there's the obvious one, right? The dance trend one. That one can become very fun, and then it could become just like, we get it. We're over it, Currently, right now, I'm on gay and lesbian TikTok, and I've never been happier. All I see is a bunch of like super hilarious, super cool lesbians saying some and creating some hilarious videos talking shit about men, and it's just the best. They're so funny, all of them. I love all of you. The other thing that's like really interesting to me is the impact that TikTok has had on the music industry. Like, I mean, it's literally, first of all, it has made new songs like insanely famous, and obviously they've created like a massive trend for like new songs and like new artists and stuff like that. And like, I've found some amazing singers and songwriters and stuff through TikTok, and it make me cry and shit. But also, I think it's so funny like how they brought back the Fleetwood Mac song. No copyrights. Which one I'm talking about. The dude with he's like on the longboard and he's like sipping on a gigantic jug of cranberry juice. Also, why? It's a great video. I love it. It's so wholesome and so fun to watch. I literally will watch it for like 10 minutes straight through. But why? I'm so curious. And then there's like a lot of the songs that, people come to hate because all they hear is that one little piece, obviously over and over and over again. I'm a savage. That one. You know which one. No copyrights. You know which one I'm talking about. That one. And there's like many more like that one specifically. But it's made people hate music. It's made people fall in love with music more and just like appreciate old music. I think it's a good thing. Ish, sometimes. Most of the time. The other thing that I really, really enjoy watching are the cooking ones. I've saved so many cooking recipes. I'm never going to do a single one. I'm just going to pretend one day I'll do it. I'll do it one day. But so many, and they look so good and they look so easy. Like BuzzFeed and all that stuff and Tasty, you guys got nothing on like this 70-year-old grandma making TikToks cooking the dankest food. You know what I mean? And then my favorite thing though is watching, because Gordon Ramsay now has a TikTok, and watching him react to people, because like obviously everybody's gonna be like, oh, Gordon Ramsay, watch me cook, because they're dumb. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them. There was this one dude who he makes like insanely good looking barbecue, and he was like, he called out Gordon Ramsay. Also, this dude's voice is the most like sultry, most attractive voice I've ever heard in my entire life.
He sounded like this, and the way he was explaining everything.
I was like, damn, wait, you're cooking? I totally didn't even pay attention. But so he was like, oh, Gordon Ramsay, watch this or whatever he said. And he was like doing a thing, and it was a big ass piece of meat, and he went like that, and he like grabbed the bone and he just like slipped it out, and the meat just like fell. And I want to like stick my whole face in it. And then Gordon Ramsay reacted, and he was like, oh, great job, blah, blah, blah. I think he gave like one critic. He was like, oh, you should have fucking put tiny more salt, whatever he said. But then you get these other guys who, I saw this dude had like a massive like ribeye, and then he just got a thick layer like this of garlic butter and just put it, I'm telling you, a thick layer of garlic butter, and just put it all over the ribeye. And then he just was cooking it on the garlic butter. Like, dude, like, meat has, I don't know anything about cooking, and I know meat has enough fat for you to be doing that. Like, disgusting. By the way, I've said that twice in 2 videos in a row now. That, my friends, is from an old Vine. And maybe that's why I said it. It's not. Anyways. But those are so great. I love the react videos and the duet videos. My duets do so well, and most of the time I'm literally doing them laying in bed, which is like the easiest thing in the world to do, because you're just watching a video and just being like, haha, cool. And people like that, I guess. Well, I guess it's kind of like the YouTube react things, right? Like when people, remember when that was like a really, really big thing that everybody was like reacting, like, oh, new song, react, new movie, react. I remember that. That was great. Do people do those anymore? Do we know? Doesn't matter. So I'm so curious, because there's like the fandom TikTok where people, again, you just find the most talented people where they go on it and they like create these incredible costumes and they like cosplay like certain characters, or like the makeup TikTok where they literally like, dude, the things that these people make, it like if you would see it in a painting, you would be like, damn, that's cool. And they do it like on their face from staring at a mirror, dude. Like, insane. I can't, like, I could draw a little bit, not too much. Don't go based off of last episodes when I was supposed to draw and I didn't do anything, because that I forgot. I forgot to do it. I genuinely, I had too much. I don't know, man. Whatever. I actually can draw a little bit, but I would never be able to do anywhere near the things that these people with the makeup on their face, they do. They don't even do it on somebody else. They do it on themselves, which is even more impressive. And then the most interesting subcategory of TikTok is witch talk. Now this one is super cool because witch talk, it's literally like just like a bunch of people telling you how to do like certain like spells and stuff like that. But then I love how they also like warn you. They're just like, yo, this is real. Like don't be messing around with this if you're not like ready for the consequences. Like, it's terrifying and it's so fun. It's so fun. Recently, I also saw this one woman talk about like, oh, what's a moment in your life that you felt that you saw a parallel reality or something like that. And then you just like go on and you see like all these crazy stories about what people were talking about. Like this one lady was talking about how her husband, it's like the simplest thing, but like that her husband, she knows for a fact she would cook like cilantro in the meals, whatever, just cilantro. And then randomly, one day she was like making the food and he'd be like, hey, is that cilantro? And she'd be like, yeah. And he'd be like, yeah, remember I told you I have the thing that makes cilantro taste like soap. And she was like, no, you don't. And he's like, yeah, we've had this conversation before. She was like, no, we haven't. And then apparently it like flip-flops. Like sometimes she's with soap tasting cilantro man, and then sometimes she's with regular cilantro tasting man. Like, that's just one of many. You know what I mean? Like, the amount of crazy shit that you hear sometimes on this subcategory, mind-blowing. Yeah. And then, of course, well, there's a couple more. There's a couple more different subcategories. Like, there's like the put your finger down ones, and that's always super fun. That's how I learned, first of all, that's how I learned that's how I learned that I had, what's it called? Sensory overload. You know, like people, like this one person, she was like, oh, put your finger down if, you know, this and this and this. And I was just like, yo, that's me. And she was like, you have sensory overload. And I was like, yo, what? And then I looked it up, and apparently it's the side effects from having ADHD, and also anxiety and depression and all the other things that come as a side effect from having ADHD. But again, incredibly educational. They're the ones with like, oh, like, how many of these songs do you know? And like, you know, like people singing it. And then when you have like the like multi-generational family members where, oh dear God, this is when I realize how old I am. You know, like you hear some songs that you're just like, this song came out like yesterday. And people that are like 17, they're just like, what song is this? What is wrong with you? Teach your kids better. Show them better songs. What's going on with you? You know what I mean? I don't know. But my dog hair, always dog hair, always. But my absolute most hated one, the one that makes me the most frustrated, without a shadow of a doubt. And this doesn't, it's not unique to TikTok. This happened on Vine. This happens on Instagram. It happens. Does it happen on Twitter? I don't think it happens on Twitter. Twitter's dope. But it definitely happens on Instagram, definitely happens on TikTok, and it probably happens on YouTube. It's when the people who don't know how to act constantly do skits and like try and pretend that they know how to act. It is, I want to gouge my eyeballs out and eat them and then poop them out and then throw them in the garbage. It's so gross. But that's how it makes me feel. I'm so angry at them because like all you got, just take a class. You know what? And this is why I'm angry, because one time I got in contact with this dude. He was like starting to gain some attention. Really, it was really more so like contained in Miami, where he was like starting to build more attention. But this dude thought that he was like the shit. And me and my friend, I was like, yo, let's go like do a video with them. And we're like, yeah, great, man. And we came up with some pretty decent ideas. First of all, the dude, like, if it wasn't this dude's idea, he didn't love it. Already from the, like, right off the bat, I was like, all right, dude. But even then, we were, like, just randomly at one point, like, chatting, and he was like, oh, you know, like, what are you doing? And I was just like, I'm just, I'm an actor and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, me too, man. And I was just like, uh-huh. And I was like, yeah, like I take classes and stuff like that. And like, yeah, you should, like taking classes is like it's like super good for you, It like really like helps you evolve and be, and he's like, no, he's like, no, I don't really need any classes. I'm good. He's like, I got it. I'm good. I know how to act. Sir, Oscar award-winning Mahershala Ali takes class. Halle Berry spoke about acting class as it being like practice for a sport. You got to find your way to do your acting class. I'm trying to do it myself now. But like this dude said that to my face. And I was like, I'm a legitimate actor and you're one of... But anyways, I'm going completely off topic. I was talking about TikTokers and just influencers in general when they like really pretend that they can act. And then it's just so one-dimensional. Dear Lord, let's just stop doing that. Or instead, keep doing it, but do it better. Do it better. Listen, do you talk like this to somebody? Oh, whoa. No, you don't. You just have a regular conversation. Do that. Why do you have to talk like this? By the way, why are they all angry all the time? Why is every influencer like sketch always like somebody getting angry at some point? It's always like the girl is angry at the guy because he's cheating on her, or like he's trying to hide the phone, or he's trying to look at another girl and she's like, no. Why? We're over that. Let's not do that. Let's be better than that. But TikTok. It is a great platform. And the best point for me, and this is why I left it for last, the best reason why I love TikTok so much is that it's actually insanely informative. In fact, it's the reason why the Trump administration wanted to get rid of it, because it was the only platform that was showing what was really happening on the ground, especially during all of the protests and the Black Lives Matter movement and like everything. Like people were really figuring out what was going on because of TikTok. And through that, like me, myself, I was learning so much, and I've learned so much. Same with indigenous cultures, like people from indigenous cultures and like just environmentalists and stuff like that. That you could learn so much off of these TikToks. I've learned so much from my own history, like Cuban history and stuff like that, because of TikTok. I've learned obviously a lot of like Taino history, which is the indigenous groups in the Caribbean and stuff like that. I've learned just different indigenous groups around the world because of TikTok. And then as far as the Black Lives Matter movement and just like honestly, activism in general, it is an incredible platform. And like I said earlier in the beginning, it's literally completely based off of an algorithm. So depending on what it is that you follow, what you like, and what you comment on, that's what you're going to see. So if you don't want to keep seeing something, there's literally like a button that you can like press, and it says not interested. Never got to see it again. It's great. If you want to see more of my face, all you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe on this, and then share, and then turn on the notification bell, and then share it again, because why not? But that's my TikTok pitch. TikTok, if you're watching this, I want my money, man. This is not paid. This is not sponsored at all. And this entire video has been about how awesome TikTok is. So where's my money, dog? Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't come at me, okay? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But if we can come up with a deal, that would also be cool. So, thanks again for being here this week. Next week, I'm going to have a special guest on because I haven't had one of those in a while. I don't know who it is yet, but I know it's going to be a guest week for sure. Thank you so much. I love you. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, share this shit. I'll see you next week. I'm out. Peace.